Hello YouTube, this is Morgan Airspeed Prime here with my next Avatar news update video. This time out we have the first proper information about the upcoming McFarlane line of figures for Avatar and Korra, but specifically what I'm going to talk about here, it is just the Avatar side of things, which is interesting, but as you'll see, it's like an early listing for a few things. There's no pictures, so it could just be that I caught the Avatar ones quite early and the Korra ones are just yet to be announced, or it could tell us that McFarlane is waiting a little bit to do the Korra ones. But either way, let's get into it. So the way I came across this is that just I've been kind of going to like Toy Arc kind of nearly every day just to see if there is the announcement of like the new Avatar figures or something like that. And I noticed that their top post was new McFarlane DC Multiverse pre-order listings. And so I'm like, okay, that's a long list of stuff. That means McFarlane are putting out listings for their lineup for July, September, October. That should be around when Avatar figures are coming out. So I just decided, okay, let me try these three sites that they found these listings from. Just type in Avatar, see what comes up. First website here, cmdstore.com. I got some of the Avatar stuff. So let's go through it. So the first one here, as you can see, no pictures on any of this, but Avatar The Last Airbender 12-inch action figure deluxe, Aang. Pre-order ships September 2021, and it is by McFarlane, as you can see down here. No other information about it, in that 12-inch is not really what they announced initially, but there is only one of these, and I'm thinking, and based on the way they list other stuff that's at this sort of bigger size, this is likely just a statue. I guess they're calling it a figure because of the materials it's probably made of, but my understanding is that this likely will be some sort of a kind of a 12-inch statue. Now, I could be wrong on that this could be just a giant Aang figure. Either way, it's going to sell for 40, which I think maybe tells you that, like, wait, they're selling an Aang figure that's like double the size of their usual scale for only like less than double the price. That seems a bit weird, so it likely is a statue. So that's cool that they're doing multiple things. The statue is going to have to be pretty interesting and well made and just a nice pose to appeal next to some of the other statues and stuff like that that we've got announced and released recently. So anyway, we move on. Next we have the Avatar The Last Airbender 7-inch action figure Wave 1, and unfortunately it's only a set of 2. Aang and Zuko. Really disappointing here that they're only doing 2 figures to start us off with, because I think for a lot of people the 7-inch figures are what you know McFarlane for, and so I do find it weird that they're only doing 2, and likely this is going to probably be book 1 Aang and Zuko. Now there's no real reasoning behind that as such, but that would be my guess. It's just a bit weird. It means it's just going to be so slow building up the characters, like, again. We've already been through this with Diamond Select. We're kind of going through it with the other line of figures, Best Action, and it's probably going to happen here again. But either way, we know we're getting an Aang and a Zuko from McFarlane. Next, Avatar The Last Airbender 7-inch action figure basic creature Appa. Pre-order ships September 2021. So that's interesting. 7-inch Appa. Like, I don't know how big that is, but from a price point, you can see you can get the set of 2 Aang and Zuko for 50, so they're 25 each, and the same price point, but obviously I suppose it will come in different packaging because Appa is more like long than tall. My guess is this is in no way to scale. So I think that's a decent way to do it, in that if you're doing 6-7-inch figures, the Appa that you would have to make would have to be like, what, 40-50 inches or something like that, and that's just like preposterous basically. So just like a big Appa in the scale, I think, is a good way to do it. I wonder how it works in terms of like, is it just a fully like molded thing, just Appa locked in a standing position, or is there going to be like articulation? I don't actually know if McFarlane have done sort of, you know, like animal kind of figures before, but I'm glad Appa is getting something, because we haven't really heard about him in like the other lines, so it's cool that they're actually doing something with him. Next, and this is interesting, I didn't expect this at all. Avatar The Last Airbender Book 1 Water 5-inch action figure basic wave 1. It's a set of 4. Aang, Katara, Zuko, Sokka. September 2021. Retail is $55.99. So that's interesting, that they're doing 7 and 5-inch figures. So the sort of typical sort of collector scale, which is 6 or 7 inch, and the smaller scale 5 inch, which is more like the best action. And there's more characters here as well, which is interesting. And they specify this is a book 1 water wave, I guess. So obviously that means we're getting book 1 Aang, book 1 Katara, book 1 Zuko, and book 1 Sokka. Now the question is obviously going to be like accessories on both of these. The 7-inch like here, 7-inch Appa. Like with Appa, it's interesting in that like the obvious thing would be the saddle. Is that like the accessory and it like attaches on nicely, or you can take it off so you can have just free Appa kind of type thing. But you know, that's the question that we're kind of dealing with here. So yeah, this is nice to know, at least, that there's going to be options, that when we eventually see pictures of this, you're going to see a 12-inch Aang, you're going to see a 7-inch Aang, an Appa, a 5-inch Aang, and one final listing here: Avatar The Last Airbender 5-inch action figure basic combo pack Aang with glider, also September 2021. So my guess is that this is just a Aang, because he comes with, I suppose, a big accessory here. It's considered a sort of like deluxe figure. It's still 5-inch Aang, but this is a 5-inch Aang that comes with glider. So I guess the other 5-inch Aang doesn't come with the glider, or else it comes with like just the staff in staff form, not glider form. Maybe comes with a Momo and an air part or something like that, like you would expect, like the other figures have done. And that they just decided, okay, let's do another Aang here. Now, it is interesting in that like they could also make this like book 3 Aang. That would be a nice way to distinguish it. Maybe the other Aang does come with the full glider, but this is a different one. It's hard to really say, but I like the distinction here of the fact that they have a sort of, you know, extra accessory figure if they need to. They have a creature figure if they need to do that. So like they could do a dragon at this scale, badger mole, and that's cool. Like some of the Avatar creatures, like they've never ever been released as merchandise. Like the old toy line did a few, and like you got your dragon, you got your Komodo rhino, but you know, some of the other ones would be really really cool to see. So that's that. But yeah, when will we see pictures? It's an interesting one, because going back to this for a second, like taking a look through like this stuff, like if I just open this up, the DC stuff, you could see these are all pre-orders for McFarlane DC stuff, and you can see July has a picture, May has a picture, you can see here July has a picture, so July, here's one October, an October figure has a picture, a September figure has a picture. But in general, a lot of the September stuff doesn't have a picture yet. Same goes for October. So I don't know if they're just, the pictures are slowly coming out and this is just like a very early picture. Because I tried to search for these like listings in other places and I haven't found them anywhere except this one website. So I think it's just going to be a case like some of the other figures that we've got announced sort of early, that we're going to be waiting just a little bit before we get pictures, but it could be as soon as like a few like days. Who knows? I don't want to overly speculate on that, but I don't know. My initial thoughts on this is just kind of like, okay, it's more than I expected in terms of the amount of different products that they had. I was fully expecting they just like laser in on the 7-inch figures and just have like a set of 6 or something like that. They just do, let's get all the main characters out of the way at the start, so each wave of Avatar can be a big selection of characters. So I'm a little disappointed that there's only going to be 2 in the 7-inch scale, which is what I think everyone's excited for. The 12-inch figure is probably just going to be a statue, fair enough. The creature is actually interesting, to get like some sort of a figure of Appa, that's actually good. The 5-inch figures, I guess, you know, the McFarlane sculpt, from what I've looked at, seem to hold up even at a smaller scale, so this still might work out pretty well, but they're competing against Best Action, which looks quite good so far. And, you know, book 1, I guess they can do book 2, book 3, and pretty much do the same characters again, but, you know, they'll add a few in and stuff like that, so that's going to be sort of exciting in that, like, if you do, like, book 2, then you probably don't need to do another Aang, you probably don't need to do another Katara. You can do Azuka, I suppose, but, you know, this is, book 2 would be where you'd have your, you know, your Toph, Ty Lee, Azula, May wave, probably. But anyway, Iroh has to be done. And then the combo pack, you know, cool, but where's the other stuff? Where's Korra is one thing, obviously. Where's the Korra stuff? And are they doing just as much for Korra? Or is Korra only going to get one of these lines? Either way, this seems pretty fleshed out. And I'm excited about that. This kind of seems like the company sort of going in on Avatar figures the most. Pictures will tell us everything. How articulated are these going to be? How do the head sculpts look is going to be an essential thing. Absolutely. Accessories selection, they should easily be able to beat Diamond just by showing you what you get. And by the looks of things, when we see a picture of these, we'll probably see a proper in-box image, so we'll know what you get in the box. So that's the kind of positive here. So in the comments, let me know what your thoughts are. I suppose one final thing, remember everyone that the stream on Dark Horse and the official Avatar YouTube channel of the live reading of Toph Beifong's Metal Bending Academy with some of the voice actors, including Michaela Murphy, Jack DeSena, and so on. That is tonight at, I think, 1 p.m. Pacific. Obviously, check it yourself, but, you know, if you want to check out that stream, you know, remember that it's tonight that is on. But yeah, that's been the video. In the comments, let me know what your thoughts are on a lot of this early action figure news. Finally, an update on McFarlane stuff, even though it's kind of almost like leaked product information. But let me know what you think on this. But that's been the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.